Hello everybody, welcome back to Learning Biology. We are now, in this video, we're going to talk about 13.3 and 13.4. 咁就會兩個 section 擺埋一齊啦 because 13.3 is only one page. Okay? 好啦, so in 13.2 we talk about two sex hormones. Okay? So a little bit revision, 有少少溫習啦. So hormone, what is their nature? 佢哋嘅本質係啲咩嚟㗎? Their nature is they are protein in nature. Okay, they are protein in nature, and they will enter blood, but not where. 但係就唔係呢啲嘅 canals 啊，或者係呢一個嘅 tubes 啊。Okay. Okay, so in this 13.3, we're going to talk about the sex hormones, right? 今日啦，我哋要知道嘅。When we get to the puberty, so we will produce more sex hormone 啦。咁 male 就會有 male sex hormone， female 就當然會有 female sex hormone 啦。Alright， 咁當然啦 ，another thing 嘅就係乜嘢咧？佢呢個 sex hormone 唔淨係 do not only include 呢個嘅 sperm production 同埋 ovum 嘅 development 嘅。嗱 ，remember here one thing 就係 we do not say production of ova. This is wrong. Okay, 原因係啲咩啊 ？At birth, the female has already developed, no, not developed, has already produced all the ova. 得唔得 ？Okay, so we say it's a development of ova, 唔係 production of ova 啊。Okay, be careful with this one. 好啦。At the same time， 呢個 sex hormone 咧，除咗會影響我哋嘅 sperm production、ova 嘅 development 之外咧，佢都會導致到我哋會有一個 secondary sexual characteristics。呢度啦 ，secondary sexual characteristics。characteristics 即係代表係特徵啊。So we've learned this word in chapter 1。我哋會講到characteristics of 呢個 living things 啊，有啲咩 characteristics 啊？例如 for example， 佢會有 respiration 嘅，佢會 grow 嘅，佢會有 movement 嘅。Alright， so these are the examples， 係一啲特徵啦。Okay, so of course, this one, if you are in junior science in Form 1, this must be tested, 一定會考嘅。But in DSE, this one may not be that often. 通常都只會係 MC 考嚟。And when we talk about the MC, it's usually testing you in other thing. 得唔得 ？Another thing， 陣間再講啊。Okay, but we'll go through them very quickly. 好快咁樣講啦。Male 啦，同埋 female 啦。先講 male 嗰度咯。First one, larynx， 你嘅咽部啦 ，alright， larynx enlarges， 當佢 enlarge 嗰陣時，你嘅 voice 就會 deepen 咗啦 ，alright， 成個 this whole thing is one mark，alright， so do not separate them。另外啦，我哋有一個地方會 wider 嘅，如果你唔識用 broaden， 你都可以寫 wider 啦，例如就會寫 shoulders become wider， 咁樣就 OK 啦 ，OK，and the body becomes more muscular 啦，男仔嘅話。好啦 ，also 會有 beard growth 啦。OK，beard growth， 然後最尾啦，會有一啲嘅 hair growth 啦，喺兩個位置嘅。One of them is the armpit and the other one is not public area， 係 pubic area 啊。OK，so this one 我哋簡單嚟講就係 hair growth 啦。然後啦 ，two areas，armpit 係咩嚟㗎 ？armpit 就係你嘅架底啦。OK， 你嘅腋下啦、腋毛啦，所以叫做 OK，armpit。And another one 就係你嘅 pubic area。pubic area 即係代表 C 部、C 處啦，得唔得？可以話陰部啦。So and then when we talk about the female, it's first one the breast will develop 啦，個乳房會變大咗啦。And then more fat is deposited. OK，deposit 即係代表係儲存咗啦 ，under the skin. Do you still remember what is that fat called？ 我哋就會叫做 subcutaneous fat 啦。OK，subcutaneous fat 就係皮下脂肪啦。Alright。And then one common thing, same as male, is that there will also be hair growth 啦，就會喺 armpit 同埋呢個 public pubic area 度嘅，得唔得？好啦，最尾啦 ，just like shoulders become wider， 男仔嘅都會 shoulder wider 啦，女仔嘅話就會係 hip become wider 嘅。OK，so that's all。好啦，但留意一樣嘢咯 ，we need to remember this thing。開始講難少少嘅位置啦。So this one you can look at it yourself. This is also comparison. OK， 通常會叫你 compare 啦，但係 in DSE 好少會叫你背呢樣嘢啦。It's too easy. Alright， 但係留意一樣嘢 ，what does it mean by characteristics? It means that it can be observed. This is very important. Okay? 佢係一定係睇得到嘅。You can see it. Therefore, remember, production of sperm, development of ova, they are not secondary sexual characteristics. Okay, remember this. Production of sperm and development of ova are not secondary sexual characteristics. Okay? At the same time, they are not primary sexual characteristics. 嗱，原因係啲咩咧？簡單嚟講 ，just to say simply, can you see it? No. Therefore, it is not a characteristic. 得唔得 ？Okay? So, what exactly is the primary sexual characteristics? 簡單嚟講就係你天生就有啦 ，you are inborn with it. Okay, we're born with it. 例如啦，簡單嚟講就係 male has penis, and female has vagina. That is a primary sexual characteristics. Okay, so this exercise actually includes 13.2 and 13.3, so please do it carefully. Okay, 有少少陰濕題嘅。Okay, some of them are a bit tricky. Okay, so please finish this before class. And this one, okay, start paying attention. 13.4, 13.4 is very, very important. Okay? If you do not study well about this menstrual cycle嘅話, that means you pretty much didn't study chapter 13. Okay? Besides 另外一樣嘢係咩咧? In your E1, elective 1. Okay? That is after book 4啦，我哋會仲有兩本嘅 elective 嘅。After book 4, elective 1咧就會關於你嘅I think is hormone， 或者我哋會學到嘅一個 homeostasis 我哋講。Okay, 體內平衡啊。Okay, homeostasis. So this one part of it is related to your menstrual cycle. 即係簡單嚟講係乜嘢咧 ？You cannot escape it. Even if you think that you escape it in chapter 13, you will still see it later. 得唔得 in elective 1? Okay, so please study well for this part. Okay? 好啦 so let's get started. 我哋會講呢個 menstrual cycle 啦。咁第一樣嘢啦。Okay, so earlier in chapter 13.2 我哋講過啦，呢一個嘅 ovum 係 release every 28 days 啦。你會知道呢一個係關 one word 字嘅，關其中一個字嘅，就會叫做 menstruation。自己攞次啦 ，menstruation 就係月經啦。OK， so 記住啦，然後就開始記翻啲 common words。The ovum meets your sperm 啦，或者簡單少少會 fuses。我哋用一個字叫 fuses。fuses with the sperm。And then this is so-called 叫做乜嘢啊？就叫做一個 fertilization 啦。Okay, and then the fertilized ovum 就會 develop 咗啦，慢慢去變咗做 zygote， 然後再嚟啦。我哋可以叫做 fertilized ovum 或者就係等於 zygote 啦。They are the same. Okay, they are the same. And then they will carry out mitosis and develop into 一個嘅 embryo. Okay, just to remind you, first one is embryo, and then fetus, and then baby. 得唔得 ？Okay. 好啦，然後咯，But after fertilization, another process will happen. 有另外一個過程發生緊嘅。This process we call it implantation. 植入啦。Okay, so we'll learn this here. 好啦，咁然後 we need to prepare for the implantation. 所以咧發生咩事咧？我哋會有一個 structure 叫做 uterine lining 啦，即係最外嗰層嘅膜啦，中文就子宮內膜啦。I ask you to put this down in chapter 13.1。然之後啦，佢 uterine lining 就會慢慢 thicken。How does it get thicken？ 佢 thicken 嗰陣時就會原因係因為多咗一啲嘅 blood supply。OK，blood supply 就會 increase 咗啦。Before ovulation， 即係佢簡單嚟講就係 so when before the ovum is released， 即係簡單嚟講 before ovulation 啦，喺佢掉咗個卵子出嚟之前啦 ，so the uterine lining will start getting thicker， so that when it fertilized with your sperm， 再嚟去同呢個 sperm fertilize 嗰陣時咧 ，it can carry out implantation immediately， 佢就能夠直接咁植入去啦。而且呢個嘅 uterine lining 啦，會係一個 stable 嘅 environment 嚟嘅，得唔得 ？OK， 好啦，再講一講啦。OK， so we will go through the detail later。OK， 好啦，然後就再講啦。佢會有一個 thicker 嘅 uterine lining 啦，然後會有 more 嘅 blood supply 啦 before ovulation。However, if fertilization does not take place, that means 呢個 ovum 冇 fuses with 呢個 sperm 嘅話咧，佢就會 break down 噶啦。呢個 uterine lining 就會 break down。當佢 break down 嗰陣時，呢個就會發生緊 menstruation 啦，得唔得 ？OK， 但係成個過程啦 ，the whole cycle 由 building up 去到 breaking down of 呢個 uterine lining 咧，成個我哋就叫做 menstrual cycle。指多次啦 ，menstrual cycle。OK， 嗱，留意一樣嘢嘅 ，remember the word we use here is uterine lining。記住啊，唔係 uterine wall 啊。OK，uterine wall 嘅話咧，你會 you will lose too much blood。Alright， so this is only uterine lining， 佢只係一個膜嚟嘅啫。OK，it's only a membrane。好啦，嚟咯。So we'll go through this menstrual cycle now. So first one is the day one。咁你可以留意下啦。So when is day one? Day one 就簡單嚟講就係 first day of menstruation， 由你 M 度，由你月經嗰一刻第一日開始計嘅。Okay? So as I said, if there is no fertilization, okay, the yellow body will degenerate. I can explain a little bit here. Okay? 當然同你 E1 個相關嘅。So yellow body is very important.How is it important? It can control 或者簡單講係 maintain 一個嘅 thickness of 你嘅 uterine lining 嘅，因為 because reason 係啲咩咧 ？It will give out 佢呢個 yellow body 啦，會 give out 一種嘅荷爾蒙嘅。We will teach you this later, okay? It will give out a hormone to control 或者 maintain 翻啦，維持住啦呢一個嘅 uterine lining 嘅厚度嘅，得唔得 ？But since there is no fertilization， 個 yellow body 會 degenerate 咗，即係佢會 break down 咗啦。當佢 break down 嗰陣時 ，it can no longer maintain the thickness of the uterine lining， 所以佢就會呢個 uterine lining 啦就會 break down 咗啦。OK， 當佢 break down 嗰陣時啦，你就會連同一啲嘅 blood 啦，同埋一個 unfertilized 嘅 ovum。就會 discharge 咗，就排出咗啦。咁當然啦，就會由呢個 uterus 慢慢落咗去呢個 vagina 嗰度啦。This process 就會叫做 menstruation。OK，and normally 啦，正常嚟講就會係 carry about 5 days 嘅。咁 there may be variation， 可能會有長短啦。OK，but then some follicle 因為你inside your body 你嘅呢個 female sex hormone 嘅 level 啦，又 starts getting increased 啊。咁樣慢慢去 increase 緊啦，所以 some follicle 就慢慢去 develop 緊啦。Okay, so another day 呢個係一個中間嘅位置啦。This is not very important, but we'll go through that. Okay， 跳一跳先。So and then another very important day 就係呢個嘅 day 14。咁你知道 how is 14 calculated？ 簡單嚟講就係 28 divided by 2， 係正中間 right in the middle。OK。So right in the middle, day 14嗰陣時啦，就會有一個嘅 ovulation 嘅，就會排卵啦。So in between, as I said, before ovulation 啦，佢就慢慢 starts getting thicker 啊嘛。OK， 好啦，所以你會見到啦 ，in between 呢啲日子嗰度發生係咩事咧 ？What was happening？ 咁就會呢個 uterine lining 啦 starts getting thicker， 而 blood supply 就會 starts increasing， 咁就 prepare for 呢個 implantation 啦。OK。好啦，然之後咯 ，so as you can see the follicle is developing and then it's fully mature， 然後就 release 咗 into the oviduct 啦。去到最尾咯 ，the ovum 就會慢慢去行啦 ，from 呢一個嘅funnel shape 嘅 opening 啦，就會 to 一個 oviduct 啦，得唔得 ？Transported in 呢個 oviduct 啦 towards 呢個 uterus。Normally 記住啦 ，this is the site of fertilization， 係 oviduct， 得唔得？ Because 簡單嚟講 ，if it fertilize here， 如果嗰個 ovum 係 fertilize here 嘅話咧 ，it is already too late， 係太遲㗎啦。Normally it cannot implant well， 唔能夠好好咁樣植入到㗎啦。 OK， so last part 就會點啊？一個嘅so the remaining 一個嘅 yellow body 啦，佢就會 become rupture 咗啦，得唔得？佢就會呢個 follicle 就 rupture 咗，然後就 become yellow body 咗啦。佢就會 release 一個 hormone 嘅，就係啱啱同你講咗啦，就會 increase 同 maintain 個 thickness of 呢個 uterine lining 嘅。OK， 嗱，留意一樣嘢啊 ，remember one thing is that 可唔可以 can you look at the diagram carefully? Can you tell me which phase is the thickest? 邊一個嘅 uterine lining 係 is the thickest？ 應該係最尾一個嘅 ，should be this one, the last one. So that means ovulation. At the stage of ovulation, the uterine lining is not the thickest. Not the thickest. Why? 原因係啲咩啊？ Why? Because the yellow body will continue to secrete 或者 release a hormone to increase 加 maintain 維持之外 it will keep on increasing the thickness of 呢一個嘅 uterine lining 得唔得 ？OK, so be careful of this one. It will be the thickest before the menstruation. OK, so it will starts getting very thick. 然後啦 so therefore it is now ready to receive 或者去俾個 embryo to implant 啦。OK, and then let's move on. 咁然後去到下邊嗰度咯，就會講到啦。If fertilization occurred， 如果係發生咗嘅話 ，the woman 真係 pregnant 咗啦。然後啦 ，the degeneration of your yellow body 就會 delayed， 得唔得 ？So the yellow body will remain inside your ovary， 佢會繼續喺個卵巢入邊啦，繼續 remain 嘅。咁 therefore 啦，原因係啲咩啊 ？It cannot be degenerated， 佢唔能夠去消失咗噶嘛。Once it is degenerated，the uterine lining cannot be maintained， 個厚度唔能夠 maintain 啦。So since the yellow body is still here, the uterine lining 就會 does not break down， 佢就唔會再 break down 啦。所以 can you tell me? So if implantation takes place or if fertilization takes place, will you have any menstruation? 即係如果你懷咗孕嘅 if you are pregnant, will you have any menstruation? The answer is no. You will not have any menstruation. 得唔得 ？OK? So the uterine lining will continue to thicken and menstruation does not occur. 唔會發生嘅。OK? 好啦，咁然後啦，係啦，你會望到啦 ，Book E1 呢一度啦 ，we'll discuss that later. 好 so look at this diagram carefully. So this is the same as the bar chart here. Okay, so you should get very familiar with this type of graph. 好嚟咯，第一樣嘢啦，我哋會知道嘅 what is happening。第一個 stage 就係0至5啦。This one is the thickness of uterine lining。記住 ，every time you see a diagram, look at the y and x axis first。睇清楚個標題係啲咩先。Look at the title first. So uterine lining is decreasing. Why is it decreasing? 原因好簡單 ，menstruation。Okay, so the lining breaks down, it decreases to a minimum. 通常 how long does it take? 5 days. 通常係5日。Okay, and then the follicle 慢慢去 develop 緊啦。So you remember that before ovulation 啦，慢慢 getting thicker。Okay， 然後啦開始會 mature 咯個 follicle 係 day 14嗰一日 ，day 14嗰一日 ovulation takes place。After ovulation remaining 呢一個嘅 follicle 啦 ，OK，this is the follicle， 佢就會 rupture become yellow body， 佢就會 become yellow body 啦。然後啦 ，yellow body 就會 release 一個 hormone， 就令到佢係 continue to thicken 同埋 maintain 一個 thickness of 呢一個 uterine lining 嘅。所以啦，就 ready for 呢個 embryo to carry out implantation。得唔得 ？Okay, so as you can see, it will keep on getting thicker and thicker. And as I said, at ovulation, the uterine lining is not yet the thickest， 未到最後嘅。最後應該係依度 ，OK，the thickest should be here， OK， 好啦，所以去到最尾咯 ，if the woman is pregnant, this thickness will continue until she gives birth， 直到佢生仔出嚟啦，直到佢分娩啦 Okay, the uterine lining will remain this thick until she gives birth. 得唔得？ But if there is no fertilization, 假如冇 fertilization, you can see that the yellow body degenerates, 慢慢變到越嚟越細啦 and then breaks down. Once it is broken down, 當佢只要一係 break down 咗咧 you can see that the menstrual cycle will repeat again. 佢個 thickness 又會再 decrease 㗎啦。Okay, so let's continue. 就講到啦 ，first menstruation 大概可能係你中一、2 secondary 1 to 2 alright? So occurs at puberty. Puberty 大概係12 years old, 10 to 12啦 ，depends 啦。Alright, 10 to 12 years old for female. Okay. 好啦，然後啦 ，the menstrual cycle will repeat about until 一個 age of 50啦。earlier we thought that this is the menopause, right? So this is the menopause 就更年期啦。So during menopause 啦，係 at first 一開始嗰陣時會點㗎？其實你嘅 ovulation 又好啦，你嘅 menstruation 都好啦，都係 become less regular 嘅。Just like when you reach puberty， when you first reach puberty， 當你啱啱開始嗰陣時咧 ，your menstruation is also fluctuated。OK， 或者我哋講啦 ，your menstruation at the beginning of 一個嘅 puberty 啦，或者 we are not talking about the menopause will be 一個嘅 unstable 啦，或者 fluctuate unstable 啦，或者係 less regular。You can also use these words， 得唔得 ？Okay, so during menopause 啦，你嘅 ovulation 啊，你嘅 menstruation 啊，會係 less regular， 同埋 gradually it will stop， 慢慢去停止咗啦。So once this thing stops, that means there is no longer any mature ovum released， 冇任何嘅 mature ovum 啦，所以啦 ，the woman can no longer be pregnant。Okay， 好啦 ，the last thing we need to know this one is the fertile period。咁當然啦，this concept we also need to do a little bit of calculation， 要計少少數嘅。So when is the fertile period？ 指到一知啦 ，fertile。fertile if you learn history， 咁或者你會知道 fertile 係解肥沃啊，得唔得？好肥沃嘅土地啊 ，it's like a land full of nutrition，alright fertile period 啦。Okay, so after ovulation， 咁咧其實 we need to know two things。第一樣嘢就係 ovum 嘅 survival days， 就大概係 1 to 2 days 嘅。而 sperm 嘅 survival days， 嗱當然啦 there may be variation 啊 ，OK 就係 3 to 5 days 嘅。OK， need not to do this calculation， make this calculation too difficult， 咁樣唔係咁難嘅啫。OK， so after after ovulation 啦，你嘅 ovum 就會係 survive， 佢會 capable， 即係代表能夠啦 ，being fertilized， 佢能夠被 fertilize 啦。OK， so it survive for another 1 to 2 days， 佢能夠生存到嘅。sperm 嘅話咧就 usually 係 3 to 5 days 嘅。OK， 咁所以啦，簡單嚟講就係乜嘢咧 ？So that is to say, during this period 喺呢段時間 ，when both ovum and sperm are able to survive， 當佢哋兩者都能夠 survive 嘅話啦 ，so there is a higher chance 係最高嘅機會啦 ，for the women to get pregnant， 得唔得？佢最容易去係受孕嘅 ，alright。So therefore， 咁就我哋會知道啦，呢一個通常係咩啊？係 a few days 啦 ，before 同 after ovulation 咧，通常 during this period， 如果你有性交，你有 sexual intercourse 嘅話啦 ，you easily get pregnant， 得唔得？呢一個我哋就叫 fertile period 啦。OK， 好啦，你見到一個 contraception 嘅解避孕啊 ，OK，so we'll learn about this at the last part of this chapter。好啦，咁然後啦 ，so what 嘢就可能 when exactly do you mean？OK， 咁你就好簡單啦。How do you calculate it？ 前邊 ，so OK，for example， 自己計一計啊。Day 14 is 等於咩啊？等於一個 ovulation 啊嘛。So the sperm can survive for 5 days, for example。咁 so when should the sperm enter？ Sperm 應該 first question 啊，就係 when should the sperm enter？Okay, the answer is 14 minus 5， 就答案係 day 9啦，得唔得？應該 day 9 enter 咗啦。So that once ovulation happen， 嗰個 ovum 一出嚟，佢就 can fertilize immediately。OK，otherwise， 嗱，另外一個啦 ，when should the sperm sorry， 依個係 before ovulation 啊。好啦 ，another thing 就係啲咩啊 ？another thing 就會係一個嘅 when should the sperm enter after ovulation？ 當過咗 ovulation 嘅話，佢應該幾時 enter 咧 ？It should be 14+2。Reason 今次係因為 not about the survival of sperm 啦，而係關於 survival of 一個嘅 ovum 啦，得唔得？上邊係關 survival of sperm 事嘅。Okay, so usually around this period, day 9 and day 16 啦，通常都會係一個 fertile period 嘅。This is often asked. Okay. 好啦 ，the remaining time, these two purple pages again are very important. Okay, and 可以輕輕睇一睇啦。I'm just going to talk about the important points. Okay, I will not go through each question with you. 唔會同你做啦。I will talk about this during class，得唔得？咁然後啦，你就會望到咯，呢度係一個 changes in thickness of your uterine lining 啦。咁 remember the date is important. Okay, so make sure you use a ruler， 利用一個間尺啦，同埋啦要 take notice of the date very carefully. Okay， 唔係亂咁睇嘅。Okay， be careful with the date. Okay。咁然後啦，簡單嚟講 ，how long does it last？ 佢就話 menstruation last 幾耐？咁 when does menstruation take place？ 當然就只會係 P 定 Q 定 R 定 S 啊？當然就係 Q 啦，因為佢 thickness decrease 緊啦。Alright， 咁然後啦，再嚟啦，下一個佢就問你咯 ，there will be a higher chance of pregnancy， 咁即係代表係呢個 fertile period 啦。fertile period 咁又係啦 PQRS 邊一個咧？原因就會係 R 啦。OK， 原因係啲咩啊？就係啱啱同你 explain 嘅 earlier I just said that 就係 ovulation 開始喺呢度啦。So can you tell me when will ovulation happen？ 第一樣嘢啦 ，if you want to 嗱，即係齋講一個位啫。If you want to tell me when will ovulation happen, first of all you need to tell me when will menstruation happen。when 咁你呢度睇落去啦，打直間落去嘅。So you will see that it's the 1st of June。Okay, so sometimes, so the answer is 1st of June. Sometimes in DSE question, the data, the day may not be that beautiful. 唔會6月1號俾你嘅。It will not give you 1st of June. It may give you like 15th of June. Alright, so be careful with dates. 好啦 so after menstruation, 我哋加14 days, right? So that it will be likely it will be the ovulation, right? So the answer would be like 15th of June. 就係 ovulation 啦 ，OK？ So 15 where is it？ 你會望到啦，就係呢一個位啦。And then around 呢一個位置啦 ，around this area is the fertile period。OK？ 咁你就可以再計翻啦，就係 -5 + 2咁樣啦。OK？ So you can look at the remaining question yourself, and I'll talk about that in class。好啦，最尾啦，This one explains everything I've just said. OK， 幾時係 menstruation 啊？幾時 ovulation 啊？點樣為之 ？What does it mean by fertile period 啊 ？OK，so what will happen if 一個嘅pregnancy takes place? What if it does not 啊 ？OK，so that's all for this section. I'm quite happy that I can finish this video in half an hour. 得唔得？So please finish this exercise, and in the next section, I'm going to talk about fertilization. Okay? So that's all, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, and bye-bye.